Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Okay. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, is about water waste. So first we'll be talking about some things that waste the most water, for instance animal agriculture. And then we'll move on to different ways on how to cut down on your water waste, plus some tips and tricks to help it stay easy and, not drag out your whole day, which can suck. So first off, we're going to talk about one of the biggest water wasters on the planet, which is animal agriculture. Not only is it quite obvious that most of these animals are bigger than us, so they naturally require more water to drink, and considering the fact that animals in any industry like this will be artificially inseminated, aka raped. Not only do they naturally require more water than us, they are also bred to the point where there are way more animals than nature would have ever had, so that's even more water for them to drink. Also, the crops fed to those animals, bred into existence by selfish humans, eat a lot. And I mean a lot. Cows, for instance, will voluntarily consume about 24 pounds of grains a day, which is obviously tons more than a human could eat, maybe even in a whole week. Also, in a lot of food industries that exploit animals, those animals are force-fed, so they naturally, not naturally obviously, they would be eating even more grain than before, which is already the lots that they eat. It takes lots of water to grow crops, so it would waste much less water to just eat the crops directly rather than to eat a small amount of meat and dairy, because it takes about up to 4.5 pounds of water, which I think is a little less than a gallon. It takes about 4.5 pounds of water to produce just 1 pound of this dairy milk. Apparently more than 2,400 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of meat, and only 25 gallons for 1 pound of wheat. You'll be saving more water by not eating just 1 pound of meat than you would by not showering for half a year, which is a lot. So you really are, not only exploitation-wise, obviously, if you're thinking about water waste, you're just better off eating plants and drinking plant milk. So now that we're about done talking about animal agriculture and its water waste, now we're going to be talking about other water issues plus how to change and improve them. Showers, for instance, one average shower can take about 16 gallons of water, which is a lot. Then that just seems like a lot, and it is. Meaning the longer the shower and the higher the pressure of the water flow, the more water gets wasted. So stick to short showers with a low flow pressure, and turn the faucet off when you're shaving or doing anything like shampooing or just doing anything that doesn't require you to be under the water. You can also switch to a water efficient shower head and other water efficient appliances around your house. Also, taking showers instead of baths, as a full bath will usually use about 70 gallons of water. Even if you don't fill it up all the way, taking a bath will still be using more than a shower. Cooking, for example, you can, for instance, with pasta, fill enough water that just covers the pasta. That's what I do. And if any extra is necessary later during the cooking process, then you can just add a bit. You can then obviously use the water to water your plants, and it really is a good fertilizer. Just make sure that you don't add salt to the water when you just start preparing pasta, as it's not good for the plants. You can always add as much salt as you want later, when the pasta is ready, or when any other food, actually. Other times, for instance, when you wash your hands, use a minimal flow pressure so that it's just not dripping, but so it's just flowing out, so it's not lots of water, it's just a little bit. And while you're lathering your hands with soap, you can turn it off because you don't need it running while you're not under it. While brushing your teeth, obviously only have the water on when you need it. for instance, washing your mouth, rinsing out your mouth, rinsing off the toothbrush. You should always also check your toilet for leaks. I haven't actually started doing this, but I just read about this today while actually looking around online for information from lots of different sites for this very video, and I am going to try it. So what you can do to check if a toilet is leaking is to put a few drops of food coloring into the toilet tank, as in the part that is behind the toilet bowl, and you know, you can take off the lid. So you just put a few drops of the food coloring in there, and you don't flush. You're just supposed to wait a few seconds. It really isn't supposed to take time at all. Wait a few seconds, and if it appears, the color, if it appears in the toilet bowl without flushing, you have a leak that could be wasting more than 100 gallons of water a day, even if it doesn't seem like it. A single flush takes down about 5 to 7 gallons of water, which is crazy. Like, you'd think that naturally, I mean, I don't know, I would think, if I didn't know this before, I would think that it might take, like, I don't know, like a liter, 2 liters. I really didn't think that it could be this much. So that really is a lot. So you should really only flush when you really need to. Again, like, don't throw tissues or anything in the toilet, and if you just blow your nose and throw the tissue in the garbage, or if it goes in the toilet, you do not need to flush it, because it's just a small toilet paper piece. But yeah, so only flush it when it really is absolutely necessary. You can also put a 1 liter bottle weighed down by either water, which will be wasting a little more, but if you don't, obviously it's going in the toilet, so you're not going to be intending to drink it, but you could also use sand or like small rocks that you can fit in the bottle in the tank of the toilet, in a free area, so that it's not in so it doesn't come in the way of the things inside of the toilet that, you know, work to flush and stuff. And that could actually save more than 5 gallons every day. And it won't harm the efficiency of the toilet at all if you put it in the right place. So check for leaks everywhere around the house, in the kitchen sink, in the bathroom, like outside in your hose, because even just a tiny drip could waste about 50 or more gallons of water a day. If you're using a washing machine, well, obviously you're probably using a washing machine, use the washing machine, put on a load of laundry, or use a dishwasher only on a full load. And for dishwashers, don't rinse the dishes before putting them in, because that's just using extra water. While washing fruits or vegetables, either have the faucet just dripping or like a very, very, very low flow, or like rinse them off in a bowl of water. And then, I mean, you can also use that to water your yard instead of just tossing it down the drain. If you wash your dishes by hand, make sure that it's on really low flow pressure and obviously not constantly running. Only when you need it, only when you're going to rinse off the dishes, or if you have a food piece that's stuck, or a smear of ketchup, for instance, that you need to rinse off, you just put a bit of water and just take it off with your finger. Okay, so if you need to clean the sidewalk or something like outside, your outside floors, it is recommended to sweep it instead of, you know, just throwing probably more than just 1 or 2 buckets of water. Since you're not going to be walking around barefoot a lot, probably, and it's not inside your house, so you don't really need to wash it unless it really is dirty and it needs to be washed. Otherwise, you can also just wait for it to rain and then like take a mop and just use that with the rainwater, which is obviously an option if you want water. And when you go to drink water, only take as much as you will drink, unless of course you have any animal companions at home, which then you can drink as much as you need, as much as you want. Obviously, the more the better, because you need to stay hydrated. Most people nowadays are barely drinking the amount of water that they need. So if you have any animal companions, just take as much water as, I don't know, just take water and drink as much as you drink, and you can just pour any of the leftovers, obviously just water, no like flavored water. You should know that, everyone should know that. You can just toss the leftovers in their water bowl. If you don't have any, then really make sure to just take a bit of water. It's better to take too little, because then you can just fill it up. is water. And I think that in most, I've looked at the ingredients a lot of times, because products that have said they were cruelty free didn't say they were vegan, like they didn't contain any animal products either. So I checked the ingredients to see if I recognize everything, and if I do, if it's vegan or not. And for sure, most of them ended up being not sure. So I just didn't use it, didn't buy it. But most liquid soaps that I've checked, water is at like, these soaps will usually have like tens of ingredients. Like I don't know how many, like I'm not going to count because that'll just take time. Frankly speaking, I don't really have energy to edit like so much. Just started this service at the school, and it's sort of draining, so it'll take me time to get used to it until I can, get back to my normal self, I guess. But yeah, so like normally water would be one of the first 3 ingredients in liquid soaps, which means that it is the majority of the soap bottle. So it uses a lot of water as well. So if you have kids, or if you just like to play with water, like I know I do, like water fights, water balloon fights, not to talk about the plastic that it wastes with filling up the balloon for like 5 seconds and then throwing it, it breaks, can't use it again. So obviously, except for the plastic and icky, garbage, playing with water is something that I think most adults will enjoy to do a lot. Like I know I do. It's really, really fun, and it's especially on hot days. Like sometimes all you want to do is like open like a kiddie pool, like if you have at home like a small. I thought the video stopped. Excuse my stupidity, please. But yeah, so if you just if you just want to like open up a kiddie pool, like sometimes you'll just want to open up a kiddie pool and like run around in there, play with your like dogs or kids, sometimes like toy guns, and at the end of the day it all wastes a lot of water. Obviously you shouldn't, like you don't have to ban yourself from doing it completely. You should just try not to do it as much as you can. Obviously the less you do it the better. And if you really, really want to play with water, then you could just go to a public pool. It is people and it can suck because it can be crowded, but I think it does waste less water than, filling up a kiddie pool just to play in it and then just spilling out the water. You should also water your lawn, preferably in the early morning or in the cooler times during the day, as heat will usually cause excess evaporation, which just wastes more water, because the water evaporates instead of, having time to absorb into the plants and into the roots. Also, you can simply check if your grass, like for other plants, I don't know, but for grass, if it needs any water, you can check by just stepping on it. If it sort of just springs back up, it doesn't need any. For other plants, I'm not sure. Again, there are billions of different types of plants. Every single one is different, so you'll have to test it out a bit yourself. Or if you know the name of the plant, you can Google the name of the plant and ask, and sometimes these things take like trial and error kind of thing to get used to things and to be able to know these kinds of things. So yeah, let me just check something. I think that was the end of the video. Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought that I could flip the screen, but apparently I can't. So, that's the end of the video. This is my mom's computer, and that is my script. And yeah, it's a bit shorter than my last video about animal abuse and, the buying pets video. That's it for now. I actually do kind of think that this sort of came out more robotic, like I talk more like a robot or something, but I did just start service last week, and from the morning until the evening I'm walking around like literally in a school. There is classes that are each on the other side of the school, so I have to walk all the way there and all the way back, and with my muscle issues, it hurts and it pisses me off. And so not only am I physically tired, because obviously also because of my mental health, and also because of the muscles, I just haven't really gotten to doing anything. I didn't exercise, I didn't walk around, I barely even tidied my room in the past while, and so I just sat on the sofa 90% of the day. So going from that, I didn't even think of transitioning to start to walk a bit during the day so I can get used to starting to walk at school, But yeah, so because of that, I just went from completely nothing to walking at least, I'm gonna have to say at least 40 to 50 minutes every day. And with my muscle issues, it hurts, and especially considering the fact that my brain won't shut up about it, and that it's a lot of downhills, uphills, steps, to go back and forth, and it's just tiring, so I guess that's why this video could have been a little bit of a poor quality. I hope it didn't sound this bad. Obviously, when I edit this video, I'm gonna check, but I'm still gonna post it. And yeah, so I really do apologize if this sounds a little more robotic, or if it seems as though I am looking at the script too much, or seem a little out of it, because I'm tired and I just need to get used to this schedule, this new schedule. I need to go to sleep earlier and, you know, get a proper morning and evening routine, and hopefully the whole walking things and carrying around and everything, blah blah blah, will get easier. And I mean, it should, but the whole point is that it's really draining, so that's why I'm tired. I'm a little loopy, I guess. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I really hope this helped you understand anything new. You are obviously welcome to mention in the comments if I missed anything, or if you didn't understand something, or if you think I didn't elaborate on enough. If you think I didn't elaborate enough on a specific topic, or if I missed something, you're more than welcome. Like, I'd appreciate any feedback you have if I missed anything in the comments. And if you are a YouTuber yourself, or you just look at me and look how I do videos and think that there's something that I could do, even if it's just like playing with something like this in front of my face, that could make the videos more interesting, then please tell me in the comments. But yeah, so that's the end. I love you all. I really hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember to always be kind and help someone in need, and it will not only make their day much better, because you have no idea what someone else is going through, it will also make you feel better because you are helping someone, and that naturally gives us a good feeling. So, if you like these kinds of videos, or if you like me, I don't know, I don't want to talk. But yeah, so if this is interesting, if you like these kinds of things, you can go ahead to my Instagram. I'll write it right here, and check it out. I have their updates about my YouTube, and also activism for different types, like LGBT issues, like everything basically. So you can see there more of, like, I guess it'll give you a better clearance of what kind of stuff I'm posting here on YouTube. So yeah, like and subscribe would be appreciated. Again, if I missed anything, or if you have any feedback, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.